Hello, I'm Maris. This is GamerQuest. This is Through the Darkest of Times. This is a historically based game. I do want to warn you up front. Well, first I want to thank the developers for giving me a copy of this game to check it out. It's definitely something that should be out there and playable for people to experience, to understand some things. This does take place before World War II. You start the game in 1933 when Hitler becomes chancellor, and then it's a whole lot of stuff goes on from then. So this is a resistance simulator. You're playing as people that are not happy about the Nazis. There were a lot of people that were not happy about the Nazis taking over. So that's what we're doing. We are into Chapter 2 already. We're going to do some missions. We're going to go through that. Swastikas are turned on in this. You have the option to turn them off. However, for the purpose of what it is and being as truthful and as close to fact as possible, we're going to leave them on. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to read these and we're going to get started. There is going to be a lot of reading. You're going to hear a lot of my voice, my moaning and droning, but it's very well done. I've enjoyed this game so far. It's good job to the developers for this. So great excitement. How will elections turn out? The elections are taking place and everyone is eager to see how much the people approve their Führer. The Rhineland prepares for annexation. People of the Rhineland, get ready to join the Reich. All they need to do is sign the ballot in favor of annexation in today's election. They really don't have a choice. But anyway, nothing matters more than coal. Goebbels calls coal the most important. The coal workers and Germany's work heroes. 95% of the Reich's energy is produced by German coal-fired power plants. So, here is, I guess you could say, the core people of the resistance group, and we're going to plan some missions. So, we were gone for 3 years. It is now 1936. We're restarting the group, and it looks like Kurt can level up. I'm going to go with literacy. Certain things, certain stats definitely help with more. So, we've got these guys patrolling this area right now. I'm going to send her here. Ruth Bauman, a devout Christian, a member of the church in Wedding, tells us about a pastor previously awesome. Yeah, you know what? We'll send him there. Buying paint. No. How about... Yeah, let's get a new person. So... let me end my planning here. We have 10 people. Okay. Oop, hide. Stay calm. Mission's been aborted. Okay. Okay. Karl Hertzberg. 1. That's fine. That's fine. Uh-oh, I've been seen. Alright. 99% for Hitler and the annexation of the Rhineland. Sure. 99% of voters voted for the NSDAP, Adolf Hitler, and the continuation of the annexation of the Rhineland. Ribbentrop in London. Ribbentrop presents the British government in London with the German response to the Locarno Memorandum of 19 March. It contains a proposal for a comprehensive peace plan based on full equality of all participants. Scholarships only for members of the Hitler Youth. From now on, school scholarships, awards, or school sponsorships, awards, and scholarships will be reserved for members of the Hitler Youth. So the squeeze continues. All right. Beatrix Baumgartner seems very distraught. During our meeting tonight, I have to watch what I say around my daughter. I really put us in danger. Has anyone been hurt? No, no one's been hurt. At least not yet, she sighs. The Gestapo came knocking at my door. I had no idea what they were doing there or how they found me until it turned out that my daughter has been repeating anti-Nazi slogans at school, slogans she must have picked up from me. So they suspect you? Yes, that's why they came to my home, to investigate, she says. I played dumb, told them I had no idea where she learned them. It was enough to avoid worse, but they have their eye on me now. We have to be careful. Anything we say can be used against us, even unwillingly, by the people we love. Oh boy. Alright. Damn, look at her. Let's send Carl. Professor and Schoenberg, okay. I'm not going to use her at all. Uh-oh. I meet with Joachim at the cafe where we used to go when times were better, before Hitler took over, before Joachim was arrested by the Gestapo in 1933. I look at the people sitting outside the cafe, but Joachim is not among them. Go inside. The weather is really pleasant, so everybody is sitting outside in the sun, but I still take a look inside. At first glance, there is no Joachim, only an old man sitting alone in the corner. Go back out. Charlotte, someone calls my name. Yes, I ask, and then I see him. The man I took for an old man is Joachim. Ooh. He looks very different now than last time I saw him. His full head of hair is gone. His face is sunken. He has dark circles around his eyes. We hug. How are you? You have no idea how it was, says Joachim. I still can't believe I'm out. When I wake up in the morning, I expect the guards to be standing over me. It's good to be back. Would you like to talk about it? No, at least not now. I would like to forget for now. We talked for a while about old times, better days, before everything went dark. We managed to avoid talking about politics and the fact that Joachim had to spend the last 3 years in a concentration camp. After what you saw, would you be up for fighting the regime again? You mean now? Asked Joachim. It takes a while before he answers. It seems like he has to think hard about it. He shakes his head. No, I don't think so. I can't guarantee that I wouldn't give everything away if they catch me. I can't stand the idea of going back to that camp. I understand. The Joachim I knew would have never been intimidated by them. The Joachim I knew would have never given in. It's horrible what this regime does to people. We have to stop it. End of scene. Lost 1 supporter, but got 4 marks. That's a shame. Alright. Hey! Good job. Furier, Oh, teachers can get in a lot of trouble, though. I mean, everybody's getting in trouble. What the hell am I saying? I'm thinking I'm going to go with the teacher. I'm going to hide. Stay calm and move on. Mission aborted. No problem. That's fine. It happens. Coup in Spain! The Spanish parliament dismisses the president of Spain, Niceto Alica Zamora. The Hindenburg returns. In the super beginning of Chapter 2, you actually take a ride on the Hindenburg. I actually live in the town that the Hindenburg crashed in. The German airship LZ-129 Hindenburg returns to Friedrichshafen from its first trip to South America. Jews banned from becoming interpreters. Reich Minister of the Interior Wilhelm Frick decides to exclude Jews from the professions of interpreters. I feel betrayed by my own mother, says Gottschalk during our meeting. Why do you feel betrayed? There was a group of us outside watching a motion picture show about the Nuremberg rally. In their excitement, the whole group did the Nazi salute, and my mother joined in. Wasn't your mother against Hitler from the beginning? Yes, she was, says Gotts, exasperated. Back when Hitler was appointed, my mother hated him. She was absolutely against the Nazis. Now I see her doing the Sieg Heil, and I had to say something once we were alone again. I asked her, how could you salute that tyrant? How did your mother respond? Now that things are better in Germany, she says that maybe she was wrong before. And now that the worst parts of the Nazi regime had cooled down and Berlin is enjoying the world's attention, is it so wrong to feel some pride? How can we convince our friends and family that the danger is still there? This is the challenge we're facing now, I say. All right. Yeah, let's do that. And talk to academics. No. Nope. Nope. Can't. All right, so... No. Man. Alright, we're gonna send him here. I still can't use Beatrice. Uh-oh. Just as I'm about to reach home, I run into one of my neighbors, Hildegard Pitts, who is beaming as she leaves our building. "Hello, Mrs. Booter," she says in a sing-song voice. "Well, you're in a chipper mood." "Yes, I am," she says. "I'm going to celebrate a bit. I have a new job, and I'm getting paid twice as much as at my old one." "Well, congratulations are in order." "Thank you," she smiles. "The NSDAP has been such a help. Not only are they turning things around in our country," she gestures to the city around us, "but they gave me a job as well." My heart sinks into my stomach, but I control my reaction. "Oh, when did you join the party?" "Oh, hasn't everyone, really?" "I think most support our Führer. They're just embarrassed. That'll change." Her smiling naivety is almost cute, if it wasn't for the fact that we're talking about Hitler. She assumes I'm on her side. I won't challenge her now. She knows where I live. "What kind of job did they get for you?" "Well, I will be a guard at one of their special camps outside the city." I feel myself getting dizzy. I don't know what to say. "You'll be a guard at a concentration camp?" I can't control my visceral reaction. Pitts takes it in stride. "Don't worry, they've assured me it won't be dangerous. Besides, someone has to do it, and the pay," she grins. "I see. How do you feel about that?" I somehow manage to keep myself from screaming. Pitts shrugs. "Well, I admit it's rather intimidating. I haven't done something like this before, but I was told they reserved this work for the really faithful party members." She smiles again. "Hildegard, please be careful." "Oh, of course I will. Don't you worry." She walks off humming a tune. The naive, ever-smiling Frau Pitts, who bakes cookies for the children in my building, will be a guard at a Nazi concentration camp. The evil among us only grows, with a happy grin on its face. We're going to end the scene. Okay. The witnesses leave. Schultz has been seen. Son of a gun. I'm gonna pick this guy. He's got some high stats. Alright. Got some... Wow! And he's been seen. Son of a... Italy occupies border to Sudan. Italian troops occupy the Sudan Abyssinian border near Galabet, west of Gondar. Low sales of music records. Industry asks for help. Record sales have been declining for years. Prices are 50% lower than in 1930. The record industry is calling on the state to intervene. Labor riots in Poland. 2 workers are killed during fights between police and the demonstrations in Lviv. "You guys," says Gott Schultz at our meeting, "did any of you notice that the tabloid Der Stürmer? You can't find it anywhere." "Exactly." Hannah Arendt snorts. "Not like we're missing out on anything. It's nothing but propaganda and racist garbage." "Now you know why it's off the shelves," I say. "The Nazis are trying to distort their image for the International Press Corps here for the Olympics." "I'm torn," says Gott Schultz. "I'm glad that trash has been pulled. Yet it might help the Nazis look better. That's what I fear. To foreigners, it will look as though the stories they have heard about the anti-Semites in Germany were exaggerated. We need to let the world know the truth. Well, I say, it's on us to get the truth out. You're probably right, says Gott Schulz. End of scene. Okay. I really don't have very many people to work with. Let's send her up here. I can't use the other guys until they've laid low for a couple weeks. Alright, did we get anybody? We did. Spandau. Salomon. Uh-oh. Hildegard is wearing her best dress and is holding a bouquet of flowers when I run into her in front of our building. We have been neighbors for years. As a single unmarried mother, she hasn't had it easy, so I help her from time to time. I was hoping I would see you today, she says, and walks straight towards me. Good to see you, Hildegard. Today's the big day, she says. Because of Hitler's birthday, Hermann is joining the Jungvolk today. He is becoming a member of the German youngsters in the Hitler Youth. On the Führer's birthday, the inaugural ceremony is part of the birthday celebrations. Do you have any idea how proud I am? You must be very proud. I am sure he will make a career there. He is such a hard-working boy. Congratulations. I mean, listen, I'm not going to put this girl down. These people were brainwashed. I mean, but this is what it was like. So you're getting to play this, and it's, again, like I said, very well done. Anyway, I digress. Thank you, she says. There is something I wanted to ask you. I sigh. What can I do to help? Would you join me for the inaugural ceremony? I know it's a lot to ask, but the person who was supposed to join me can't, and I thought it would be nicer not to show up alone. I'll come. That's great. Thank you so much, she smiles. We need to hurry a little bit. The event starts at 4 p.m. in the Tigergarten. Then let's hurry up. We take the train to Der Unter den Linden. The magnificent promenade is decorated with flags and banners in Hitler's honor. The Führer gazes down at us from wall drawings and stares directly at us from busts and paintings inside the shop windows we passed. Isn't it wonderful how beautifully they've decorated the city, says Hildegard. It's quite beautiful, really. I'm happy we can spend this day and attend this wonderful event together. I knew you were a good person and loyal to the Reich and the Führer, no matter what people say. What is it that people say about me? Oh, you know, because of your past and what you were doing before our Führer took over. But I always say, the past is the past and now is now, she says. Here we are, Hildegard points at the Tiergarten, on a huge plaza inside the park. Sorry about the, I don't speak perfect German. On a huge plaza inside the park, a crowd of hundreds of young boys gather, all wearing the uniforms of the Jungvolk. Look, she says, and hastens her steps. There are the Manholts. She moves directly to the family standing a little further away. I'm going to follow her. The Manholts live in our building. They have 2 kids. The boy just started school and the girl is 2 or 3 years younger. I can't recall the child's name. Klaus, shouts the father when we approach. You stop complaining now or we will leave immediately. You hear me? Klaus is crying. Is everything all right, Klaus? Hello there, neighbors, says Mr. Manholt. Sorry you have to witness this cruel father abusing his poor son. Think I've seen worse. He wants to see Hitler, I mean the Führer, even though he isn't here yet. How do you know that, says Klaus. You're not looking for him properly. We will miss him. Aw, what a cute boy, says Hildegard. Of course you want to see the Führer, but your father is right. He isn't here yet. Otherwise we would know. Trust me, one can feel the presence of the Führer. Have you met Hitler before, Hildegard? A band begins to play a march. When they are done, the voice of Baldur von Schirach, the dedicated national youth leader, starts to boom over the microphone. My Führer, my comrades, we are once again gathered together to experience this proud and happy moment. It's the Führer. The Führer is speaking, so yells Claus. Let Papa Manholt deal with that. Schirach continues, my Führer, here stands your youth, a youth that knows no class or caste, a youth whose true example is you and you alone, a loyal youth that wants to work selflessly for this nation, just as you are working selflessly with great loyalty for this nation. Adolf Hitler, the Führer, leader of the German youth, has the floor. The crowd yells Sieg Heil. Klaus tries to push his way towards his father. I'm going to step aside. Let me climb on your shoulders. I want to see him. Please, please, Papa, begs the boy. Mr. Manholt lifts the boy onto his shoulders. Hitler's voice comes through the microphones. My German youth, today you are here, a cross-section of all those around us in the whole of Germany. I see him. I can really see him, shouts Claus. Hitler's voice continues. We want to be one Reich, and you shall become this Reich. The crowd excitedly yells, Sieg Heil. This reminds me of a church where the people seem to be hypnotized. I'm going to say the people seem to be hypnotized. We want to be one people, and you shall become that people. We want this people to be obedient, so you shall be trained to be obedient. Sieg Heil, howls the crowd. Nothing he says makes sense. I look around me at everyone staring in the direction of the small man and his ridiculous mustache. Hildegard's eyes are glowing, her cheeks red with excitement. It's like each person is experiencing a revelation. I want to know what's going to happen next. The inaugural ceremony begins, and the little boys take the Hitler oath. They swear to be loyal to their Führer and always honor his words and to die for him if necessary. These children have been indoctrinated, but what about their parents? Finally, the ceremony is over. Everyone is quiet and emotionally touched by the weight of the day's events. The crowd moves towards the street where the parade in honor of Hitler's birthday will take place. I'm going to follow the crowd. The wide street is a sea of flags, military vehicles, trucks, and tanks drive by. Marching music plays. The crowd on the sidewalks excitedly yells, Heil! I saw him. I saw the Führer. Did you see him too, Frau Bruder? Asked Claus. I said, yes. Let's tell the kid I did. We meet the Fischers, another couple from the neighborhood. Mrs. Fischer mentions her excitement about being so close to the Führer. Such a great man, she says repeatedly. We never regretted not having children, but now I wish we could have given a son to the Führer. Isn't that right, Manfred? Her husband nods. What is it you like most about him? What he did for us, for Germany, and for us, the people. We were lost, and he saved us from the darkness, guilt, and shame. He led us to the light. Adolf Hitler is our savior, says Mrs. Fischer. Hildegard nods her head vigorously in agreement. There it is again, I think. This has become a religion for these people. More tanks roll by in what seems to be an infinite stream of military hardware. We'll talk to the Fischers. Look at this power, these machines, these weapons, these men. We are back. The world has to reckon with Germany again. And all of this without a war. The Führer is a diplomatic genius. I'm just going to agree. Just smile and nod. More tanks roll by in what seems to be an infinite stream of military. Let's talk to the Manholts. So, what do you say to all of this? I asked Mr. Manholt, who has been quiet for the last hour. I point at the parading soldiers. I don't know, he lowers his voice, so that Hildegard and the Fischers don't hear him. From my experience, those who build so many weapons usually want to use them at so point. That's what I think, too. More tanks roll by in what seems to be an infinite stream of military hardware. I'm gonna go home. The streets are empty when I walk home, still dazed by the experiences of the day. These people, they seem willing to do anything for their leader. willing to sacrifice their lives, their children even. And I wonder, is it right to fight against the beliefs of all these people? Do we stand a chance if the majority of Germans willingly accept Hitler as their leader? How can we help these children before they're fully indoctrinated? I'm going to say, do we stand a chance here? A small paper swastika flag lies on the ground. I pick it up. I'll put it back. I continue my way home. There we go. So as you can see, it's an intense game. Very intense. Not necessarily graphically, although I really do like the art style in this. It's done very well. But the story, the content, it does give you the feel and the effect of what was going on at the time, which is, again, very important to know these things. So, again, I do want to thank the developers. I think they've done a fantastic job, and I'm really happy that there's a game like this out. I'm always happy to see historical games that are in line with the real story. Now, these people that are in here, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, if it sounds like they existed, it's not really. They're just showing you, portraying people, were the real people that went through without using the real names or anything. So, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I will see you all next time. Bye-bye. Mwah. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to donate, go to gamerquest.tv/donate, and I will see you on the next video.